Aquarius, welcome to your December astrological forecast for 2024. We're already at the end of the year. You're going to go through a lot of beautiful changes this month, okay, of identity, relationships, your networks. All of these major themes are going to be coming into play, and we're going to talk about it. Starting with December 5th, we have Mercury Cazimi in the sign of Sagittarius. This is happening in your 11th house. This has to do with your networks. This has to do with your friend groups. Mercury Cazimi is highlighting your ability to speak and communicate in a way that aligns you to people who resonate with you, with groups of people, large groups of people who understand you and want to connect with you. They see you expressing yourself authentically and they're like, ooh, I like that. I want a little piece of that. So if you are some sort of influencer, if you put yourself out there on the Cazimi day on December 5th, it's going to be a great time for you to communicate and really speak your truth and find the audience that really aligns with you. If you aren't like an influencer or anything, it's still a good day for you to connect with yourself on like a deep spiritual level, meditate, and really reflect on how is it that you can expand your social group, expand your friend group to people with people that align with you. If you've been having issues in this area where you feel like the people you're connected with aren't really supporting you, or you feel like the people you're connected with don't really, like, you can't really talk to them about the things that you really want to talk about, like you can't really be your full self around them, this Mercury Cazimi this day is going to allow you the insight and the guidance needed in order to be able to express yourself in a way that attracts those people towards you. I know this Mercury retrograde is happening in this area of your chart, so it may have felt, you may be feeling like this dissonance of like, oh, I don't feel like I found my tribe, or I don't feel like I have like a close group of people who really understand me, or something like that. That could be feelings that are coming up for you. But it's okay, the Mercury Cazimi, and once Mercury does go direct, you're going to be able to start feeling those feelings a little bit better. You're going to start feeling a little bit more connected to people. Then on December 6th, we have Mars retrograde in Leo in the 7th house. This is very interesting for you, very important, because the 7th house has to do with relationships, and Mars is about our determination, it's our will, it's our masculine go-getter energy, right? And so you may have been pushing really hard in a certain direction in terms of your relationships, and right now, since Mars is going retrograde, it's asking you to take a step back and be like, are you sure you really want to go in that direction? Because if you go in that direction, are you sure it's going to get you the results that you're looking for? Maybe it is, but Mars is just asking you to take a little bit of a step back and to really analyze and to really go over, okay, like, what is it that I want? What is it that I'm looking for? And how am I presenting myself in a way? How am I going about getting this relationship that I want? And is it actually conducive to me actually receiving this relationship? If you are currently in a relationship, it can bring a little bit, Mars in the 7th house can usually add a little bit of spice, a little passion, a little, vitality, if you will, to the relationship. But since Mars is going retrograde now, it's gonna like slowly take that back. Doesn't necessarily, it's not a bad thing, it's not a horrible thing, it's just you may have to consciously put in a little bit more effort to bring a little more spice into your relationship. There may be a change in the sexuality of your current relationship as well. It could also be a change in your sexuality. If you aren't in a relationship, you may notice shifts in your current sexuality and just the ways in which you go about and what type of dynamics you're looking for in relationships. Then on December 7th, we have Venus entering your sign of Aquarius. So this is going to be amazing. Like, girl, everyone's gonna be a boy, everyone's gonna be looking at you, they're gonna be like, oh, they're so fine, you're gonna be looking so good, because Venus is all about beauty, it's about wealth, it's about abundance, it's about feeling good, it's about looking good, it's about smelling good. Okay, so this is gonna be happening right all over you, like in your first house, especially if you're an Aquarius rising. Girl, all eyes on you, and everyone's gonna love it. Everyone's gonna love it. It's gonna be like, your beauty is gonna be so effortless. I mean, it's not like you're not going to put any effort, but you're going to want to put more effort into your beauty and like the way that you present yourself in this time. And people are going to notice, and people are going to really like it. So this is beautiful for you guys, Aquarius. On the 15th, we have the full moon in Gemini in the 5th house, and we have Mercury going direct in your 11th house. So the full moon in Gemini in the 5th house, full moons are always about endings, completions of cycles. The 5th house is about like short-term dating. It's about our passions. It's about things that we do for fun. So we may notice that there's certain hobbies or things that we used to do that maybe we don't like doing them anymore. Like something as simple as that. Could also be that maybe someone that we have been dating and we're like, oh, this isn't really going anywhere. I don't really like this person, so bye. Or it could just be certain like habits or ways that we would present ourselves in dating, or like maybe you would use dating apps all the time and all of a sudden you're like, I'm not going to use dating apps anymore. Like something along those lines, right? In this realm, there's an ending happening, and it's up to you to see how that manifests. With Mercury going direct in the 11th house on the same day, once again, this is great for networking. This is great for starting to put yourself out there and attracting the people that align with you and your values and your authenticity, as long as you present yourself in that way. Especially with Venus in your first house, people are gonna love you. Okay, just December looks like a good month for you guys. Then we have the best aspect of the month. All right, Venus trine Jupiter in your first and your fifth house. This is beautiful. I'm jealous. This is beautiful because Venus in your first house, once again, just every beauty. You radiate beauty this month. Jupiter in your fifth house of fun and pleasure and dating. Girl, prospects galore. Everyone's gonna be noticing you. You're gonna have so much fun on this day. You're gonna feel so much pleasure and so much love on this day. Make sure you do the things that you enjoy. Make sure you go out and talk to people and things that fill you up. Okay, this is a beautiful day. Definitely mark it in your calendars. On the 21st, we have Sun moving into the sign of Capricorn. This is your 12th house. The 12th house is a more introspective. It's the month right before your birthday. You know, it's always a little bit of a weird time. It's like, ooh, I'm getting older. You start doing the inventory of like, oh, where am I in life? Am I living up to my expectations? Am I living up to the expectations of others? These types of things can start coming up. The 12th house usually brings up those fears, those insecurities. If you are doing well, you know, and you feel, you know, you're feeling good about yourself, you're feeling good about where you are in life, you don't really care about aging because you're like, you know what, I'm older, I'm wiser, I'm doing so much better than I was before. Like, that's all great too. It's about connecting with yourself in a spiritual sense, connecting with your spiritual body, and, you know, coming in alignment with that, so that way when your birthday month does come along, you're in alignment with that. You're living in spiritual alignment and you're moving forward from that place. Then on December 24th, Christmas Eve, we have Jupiter square Saturn. Jupiter in your fifth house, which is about fun and pleasure and dating. Saturn in your second house of relationships. Of finances and resources. So what this shows to me, what it could possibly indicate, is that you want to have fun. Jupiter wants to have fun, wants to like expand things, and wants to go out, wants to date, wants to do this, and wants to do that. It's like pleasure. Yes, give me all the pleasure. And then Saturn in the second house. Saturn's been in your second house for like the past year. So if you've been feeling like your resources are a little restricted, this is why when Saturn moves out and into the sign of Aries, you're not going to feel that too much anymore. But for now, it seems like your resources feel a little constrained. So it could seem like, you know, like people invite you to a party or someone invites you somewhere, or there's certain things that you want to do and your resources are limiting you from fully having the fun that you want to have. That's kind of the vibes that I'm getting here with this aspect. This is going to peak on the 24th of December. It's going to build up and peak on the 24th and then like slowly die down as we get into the beginning of the new year. So it's kind of like giving me the vibes like, oh, someone invites you to a New Year's party, and then you're like, I want to get like a new outfit, I want to get these new things, I don't want to wear something I already have in the closet, but it's like, oh, I spent all this money on Christmas presents and I don't really know if it's in the budget, and like that's the type of vibe it's giving. On the 30th, we have the new moon in Capricorn. This is in your 12th house. Once again, very introspective type of vibes. It's time to go within. Time to really connect with yourself on a spiritual level, connect with your higher self, and make sure that you're living in alignment. So that way you can set the goals for the new year and make sure that you are aligning yourself on all aspects, right? So that's the month of December. Hope you like your reading or your forecast. I do offer personal readings on my website. If you like the video, like, share, subscribe, those things. And I'll see you guys in the next one.